Good morning. This is James on a 37-degree morning with a ukulele and a guitar, walking out of my place under a beautiful sunrise. You can see that sky. Heading to go see, I think this is Jake over here. Is that Jake? Good morning. I'm filming, forgive me. Because that's part of all of this, is keeping track. Now, we can park here and bus, or we can drive down, whichever you prefer. God, look at that sky. My word. Is that easy? God, look at that sky. That's stunning. You can see just in the corner of the video, the guitar neck, the little ukuleles down here. So this is what I've found for our first one of these. I've got a guitar that cost me $30 and the guy drove from, is it Rogers, Tennessee? Somewhere 2 hours out. I'm talking to the camera. This guy that drove with this guitar. And then this ukulele I found on like Facebook Marketplace for like $20. So I think it's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I think this would be great. Good morning or good afternoon wherever you are watching this. It's currently November 24th, 2024. This is James, Tristan Redding, and Jake Tyler. Jake has recently, if you don't mind me saying so, relocated from nearly the East Coast, just about, to the Nashville area, and is a killer songwriter. Has already written with a number of people in town, even had already done so, in fact, before he even relocated here. I got here 6 years ago, moved here from New York City, which is not where I was born or raised as a small child, but it is, in a manner of speaking, where I grew up in my 30s. That's when I grew up. And we are doing a project, if you're watching this you already probably know, called Our Living City. The idea came to me something like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I've been singing down at the rescue mission for nearly the whole time that I've been at Nashville. First year in town, I did a residency every Saturday at Fran's Eastside Tavern when they were at their old location on Porter Road and by Greenwood in East Nashville. They're now still in the East area, but they're now on Dickerson Road, Dickerson Pike. And great location. The new one's bigger and has a lot more kind of space for people as well as for music and stuff, which is cool. They do a lot of music, which is great. But for the first year I played there every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Did a lot of old country covers, which meant that I learned a lot of old country covers, which was probably good for my songwriting as well as my soul. By the way, we're just passing Centennial Park and the Parthenon, which you can probably see in the background. As we're heading past Vanderbilt here. And then after that year residency, which by the way, they smoked indoors, which I had quit smoking about 3 years earlier. So that was a trip to be in indoor smoking for 2 hours, 3 hours a day, once a week. And then I got a gig at the rescue mission. So since beginning of 2020, I've been singing down at the rescue mission every week. It was Tuesdays, then it moved to Thursdays. We missed a few weeks for COVID, but we were still there a lot of the time. And I thought, a lot of these guys down at the rescue mission, I never saw the women. There is a women's campus. I didn't go over there. But a lot of these guys, I bet, are great songwriters. I bet a lot of them moved to Nashville like I did, and either were more courageous than I was, and didn't get a day job as a backup like I have, or they were better writers than me and they got some opportunity, went all in, and then it went bust, as music often does, or for whatever other reason, addiction like I've faced. I'm 9 years sober as I record this, and some people never find recovery, or a 12-step program isn't for them, or whatever the case. Obviously fentanyl has been on the rise, and that, I never touched that stuff. I'm lucky for that, but I can't imagine if you just are playing Russian roulette like that way. So anyway, I got to thinking, I bet a lot of these guys can write incredible songs, but like the world's never going to hear them, much less the stories of these people. Some of them probably have amazing life stories. There's a great song called Moments by Emerson Drive that tells a story of a homeless guy that says, I haven't always been this way. I've had my moments, and he describes some of his successes in life. So I thought, what if we were to, me and a couple of other songwriting buddies go down and record some of these people's stories if they want to have their story told. And then more recently, I kind of got to thinking, it'd be nice if they could keep the guitar after we did the write. So that's what we're doing. I'm just going to show you the beautiful downtown. This looks nothing like it looked when I moved here 6 years ago. In fact, I visited. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry, I'm hogging the thing. So how do you feel about this project? When did you hear about it? And what have you been doing since you got to town?
I heard about it from my friend Tristan Redding about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know. I know that I've faced my own struggles with addiction and just kind of really almost lost it all after hurting my back a few years back. I know with having kids and all that, it just kind of makes a whole different, puts a different perspective in your mind. So I mean, I couldn't imagine how some of these folks feel, and to not be able to express yourself, or just feel like nobody really wants to listen. I think that just giving someone that opportunity is really good. I think that that's all anybody really wants, is just to be heard.
Right, we are here, and we are grabbing guitars, and there's the backup guitar in the back seat. It's going to get to take a nap. We're down. It's a beautiful campus down here. You can see there's this beautiful old Anglican church, I think it is, and City Winery is a beautiful building. All these high rises for people with money. One day I'll know what that's like. But choose your weapon, right? All right, well, let's take a walk and see who we can find. All right, we're down here by the Rescue Mission and Third Man Records. Pretty glorious Nashville morning. I'm gonna go walk around by Room in the Inn and see who's up and out this early. Morning. Yeah, well, actually, it's funny you ask. I don't know what your schedule is like right now, what you're working on. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're interested, you're on camera right now. Hello.
I'm the drummer for the band.
Yes, you are.
These two assholes just got fired.
Yeah, we did. So here's what we're doing. We're out here looking for someone to write a song with. Do you want to write a song with us?
Yeah, once I gotta go cash this, I gotta go put this away real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long will that take?
What song you guys making?
Whatever kind you want. It's about you. Whatever you want to write about.
Me and my ex-girlfriend were tambourine players in a death metal band.
That's awesome. Look, how long will that take?
Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to write, let's write a song.
Yeah.
Won't take that long, and what we're gonna do is, this is a series that we're doing where we write with anybody who wants to, who's on the streets, because I feel like you guys need some excitement, need a voice, need to be able to say something. And I'm going to edit these down, put them online, and then you can go watch it. You can send it to your friends and be like, yo, I'm on the internet. Like, these guys wrote a song with me.
Yeah, hell yeah. I thought about they should put a radio station over there at the like these centers.
Yeah.
And just have a room where people can go in there and tell a story of their life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Or go in there and rock. You know.
And how long have you been in Nashville?
Been here for since I won the world's largest lottery of all time.
Whoa.
Come running here. I said I come here to see my son, but he's living a whole different life. I don't want to get into it because it's a family matter. And I'm not prejudiced on who does what with their fucking lives. You know what I mean? I really don't give a damn.
What about over here? We got this ledge we could sit on at the top of that little grassy.
The grassy knoll ledge?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Well, that's what me and Jake do all the time as we write songs. Well, I should say not all the time because we both also work, but work doing all kinds of stuff. Whatever pays the bills. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm James.
Carlton Stevens, richest man in the world.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
And this is Jake Tyler.
Out here on social experiment.
Yeah.
So
if you're cool with it, Jake's got a pen ready and...
actually, I was just wanting to throw you my story.
Yeah,
and then see what you guys come up with.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome.
And then the book that I was writing about my life is called Roses for My Heroes. And I'm right there in the middle of that now.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
It's about giving roses to my daughters.
Cool.
So
that's so that's like your daughters are like your heroes.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful. So one's in Palm Desert.
Yeah. And then I got I got one in where the hell is that? Winters. That's Robin Bird. And then I got another one in Citra, Florida. It's Courtney. And then I got Montana Jade. She's in right outside of Citra, Ocala, Florida.
Okay.
And then I got Savannah Bo Sundance, who's in Palm Springs. So
cool.
And then I got Lakota Joseph Sky, who's here in Tennessee.
Here in Tennessee.
So, that's my boy. But,
very cool.
Yeah.
Any of them make music?
Savannah Bo plays guitar, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. She's going to college to be a pharmacist.
Very cool. Do you play guitar?
No.
Okay.
No, I play air drums, air guitar.
Cool. Those are cheaper, I think, than regular
rock,
guitars. Those cost less.
You gotta pay no band nothing.
Yeah, that's great.
Chico's a famous party town, and I just come over here and I just start carving wood. My dad was a retired cat skidder, and he knew some old people on the hill that retired with him, Bob and Bobby, and he goes, "Hey, go talk to Bob and Bobby. You can go up there and cut some trees and whatnot." And we had another friend of mine that gave me a truck when I first got here, one of my sister's boyfriends. And he was kind of like the Hefe over there in California. You got different grades of people. And he was one of those. They're all kind of gangster. You know what I mean? Oh, that's your brother. He can have a truck. He can work. He does carving. So anyway, and I wasn't gangster at all. I was just whatever. But I appreciated the truck and got me a chainsaw. And when we first got off the plane, I was going through Live Oak and I seen a wood carver there. And I go, we got to go back there. Dad said, you ain't been around here in 10, 11 years. Worry about that later. So long story short, I go down there a couple days after getting back and I talk to that wood carver and he goes, hey, here's the number where these people want to do a wholesale deal up in Shingletown. Okay, well, whatever. So no luck working there or whatever. And we go up to Shingletown and walk in there and it's Paul and Fran, they do signs and stuff. They was just opening up a new shop. And they go, this is like a week of being there. And he goes, yeah, we'll start out with $10,000 order and we'll pay you right now. They're looking at my portfolio. Whoa, you know what I mean? So I'm jammed out of there and the big old check. And Dad's, what the shit? You ain't even carved anything yet. So then Bob and Bobby, you need to get up there, Bob and Bobby, and get some woods carving. So I'd back and up there is Forest Ranch. You can just put your beer in the snow. That's what Bob. He'd just keep his beer and his alcohol in the snow, you know. And him and Jeff Wildman, who I thought was just some drunk dude, and he had this old beat up car, and he'd get so drunk he'd back in the shit and go around the bend and go, oh shit, you're the fucking let that man drive. Oh, he owns that. He lives right back there, and I mean, just not rugged, but you would never tell the guy had any money. You know what I mean? And so I would go there. I'd cut a cedar tree down and I'd carve it, throw it in the truck, and take it to Shingletown, and there's people starting their gift shop. And it was a good start. You know what I mean? Anyway, I finished that order, and then Chrissy was pregnant by then. And I told Bob and Bobby, I go, well, Bob and Bobby, I'm going to move to Paradise. Because Chrissy lived up in a kind of retirement town above Chico. You can see the city lights and stuff. Town of Paradise. Did something with this framing company in Paradise, actually. They made picture frames. But she made $300,000 a year just on frames and shit for all kinds of, I don't know, it's called the House of Color in Paradise. Real fancy shop. And then so me and her, well, yeah, let's do an online thing, you know, with my bears. So we pulled out these big tarps, and they had measurements on there, and I put all the bears out there and everything. But ever since the 9/11 thing, all the UPS went up real high. Like when I grew up in Florida carving, I can UPS all over the state for next to nothing. By the time I got in business with Karen and Jeff Wildman, I mean, it was great, you know what I mean? But still, the UPS was so high, it's like almost more to ship it than it was to buy.
Yeah.
So we all said, oh, okay, well, you know, we'll just stick with the little shop up there I got right now. Is doing good. It was log cabin and country home sculptures. And then she, even though she was a computer lady, she loved making her own jewelry. Like she would cut stones, lapidary and all that, and this and that, whatever. She always wanted to have her jewelry store, which we did. It was called Sundance Galleries. And then so she had Sundance Galleries, had log cabin and country home sculptures. And then I dropped that name and brought it to American Carver. It was in Paradise for 4 or 5 years. She went corporate and stopped working as an accountant for behavioral health. Got a corporate job for CMSP, Creative Social Medics. And then I think within the first year or two, she was making like $280,000 a year. And then when we got back together this time, she was making $400,000. And then she makes tutus and stuff and baby clothes. And she stopped really doing the lapidary and stuff like that. But,
is that Paradise, California?
Paradise, California. Whole town burned down.
Really?
And the forest fires, I fought forest fires too, but it was burning 80 acres a minute. And if we would have been living there at the time, we'd have been toast.
Wow.
Because I'd have been the guy who said, yeah, well, it's fire coming. You know what I mean? But went up there in the entire town, everything. There was no Safeway, no anything.
Jake, how are you doing? Do you want to switch, or are you good? Do you have a direction already?
If there's any way to get a hold of you guys,
yes,
where I can check this out, because I got a few things I got to do for some friends of mine.
Sure.
And let you guys just run with that.
Sure.
And look up my thing online there, laser printing and all that. You'll see me. I'm right there making it happen. Unknown Warrior Projects, all my bird houses.
Yeah.
The Angels Among Us. So yeah.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do.
Write down your contact.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my card. Do you have a phone as well?
Nope.
Okay.
I threw it away.
Good for you.
I threw that away. I threw it all away.
I'm gonna put this
That's what I'm saying.
on here for a second. All right. So here's my card.
Yep.
So if you can hold on to that, and that's got my number and my email.
Excellent.
It's great to meet you. Thank you for the material. We will write a song about you. And Jake, if you're okay with it, let's do it right here so that if you want to walk back over in 20-30 minutes, we'll be here and hopefully have it ready.
Well, I mean, it'll be like maybe a day or something.
It'll be online for sure.
I mean, I can get a hold of you in a day from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to rush you guys. So, okay.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Thank you so much. All right, let's write.
Did I have a little, I got it in my pocket.
You got it? All right, you got notes. Now I've got an idea. We talked about a lot of good ideas. I think 5 years in paradise.
Yeah, I had this
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I thought that was kind of unique.
yeah. That sounds nice. Like that rhythm. Up tempo. The traveling song. Trying to play with one hand while I hold the camera with the other hand.
I still feel the heat of this summer when we met in Palm Springs. You say Palm Springs? You said Florida. Palm Springs is California.
That's a cool shot. You got the sunrise behind you. Did you already put in your lyrics to the doc?
I didn't end up. I like what you got here. I think I just want to carry on with what you got here a little bit. Maybe I can adapt to it a little bit.
Okay. Well, please, by all means, go ahead and write.
But do you want to play the melody and I'll
Sure.
there you go.
It's already filming. So you can just aim it.
The face to the legendary Tristan Redding.
And the richest man on earth ain't got a penny to spare. And I don't remember the second line yet.
Poor kids on the street sitting in the easy chair.
Yeah.
And you've been all around the world, but you can't remember where. They locked away your fortune down beneath the stairs.
5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Didn't even ask you twice when they were leaving.
Someone's gotta pay the price. Someone's barely breathing. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. If you ever heard somebody told you of a rambling man who had no place to go. Blue velvet eyes and stormy skies, spotting the truth between all the lines that remind me of a girl I used to know.
Bridge! Then one day they burned it to the ground. My paradise was nowhere to be found.
And it's really such a shame that I had to change my name and move along.
Yep, that's good. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Didn't even ask me twice when they were leaving. Someone's gotta pay the price, someone's barely breathing. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Más o menos, as they say in Mexico. More or less. Yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, back at home now. Jake's moved on his way for the rest of his day. Of course, he was up all night working, and I got to wake up early for this, but just going to run through this a little bit more concisely with this little ukulele from Facebook Marketplace or wherever I got this one. So this is 5 Years in Paradise by Carlton RJ Stevens, Jake Tyler, and myself, James Tristan Redding. When the richest man on earth ain't got a penny to spare, and the poor kids on the street sitting in the easy chair. You've been all around the world, you can't remember where. They locked away your fortune down beneath the stairs. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Didn't even ask me twice when they were leaving. Someone's gotta pay the price, someone's barely breathing. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Paradise to Pensacola, if you ever heard somebody told you of a rambling man that had no place to go. Velvet eyes to stormy skies, spotting the truth between all the lies that remind him of a girl he used to know. Then one day they burned it to the ground. My paradise was nowhere to be found. It's really such a shame that I had to change my name and move along. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom. Didn't even ask me twice when they were leaving. Someone's gotta pay the price, someone's barely breathing. 5 years in paradise, 5 years of freedom.